Hello, hello. Today, I want to talk about how sales have changed and how to actually get clients to buy from you in this day. Okay, let's dive in. So, for starters, we know that the internet now is a crowded place with business, right? Like anyone can start a business. It is easier than ever to say you're a coach. It's easier than ever to start a product business. It's easier than ever to become a service provider. And what I want to focus on today is how you actually get clients to buy from you in this shifted and changed environment. So, what I want to focus on is what are the steps you have to take to get customers to actually pay you? And it's different than it was a few months ago. It's different than it was 6 months ago. It's definitely different than it was a year ago. So, I've talked a bit about how the economy is shifting, right? And I believe this is really focused on service providers for the most part. There's some pieces here for product founders, but most of what I say is going to be focused on service providers. You all know I believe that we're seeing a weeding out of entrepreneurs right now. And that's good and bad, right? Like obviously it sucks that the economy is tough and that it's harder for small businesses to make money. But the plus side of that is the people that stick it out and that are really good at what they do are going to come out on top in 2025. So, how do you become that person and how do you deal with needing to make money now when the market is tough and there's an election tomorrow and people are struggling to decide what to buy and small businesses are struggling to make money? Here's the deal. People have lost trust in service providers. And there's a reason this has happened. It's because, like I said, it's easier than ever to start a business. It's easier than ever to start an Instagram and tell everyone you're a coach that can get everyone to multi-million dollar months. It's easier than ever to say you're a copywriter and maybe you don't have that experience. So what's happened is a lot of the market's been burned. Okay. So a lot of the market, and I see this in, you all know, I talk to founders all day, every day. And that's where this comes from. Also, you all get the benefit when you listen to me. I am building a seven-figure service business. I am building a seven-figure business based on my coaching and mentoring. So I am literally doing this work and learning from it and then coming here and telling you all. So that's all where this is coming from. So many people are saying, like, I'm scared to hire a coach. I'm scared to hire a copywriter. I'm scared to hire a web designer because I was burned so badly by the last high ticket investment I made. And here's the deal. Trust is at an all-time low. And that's okay. I mean, look, we should have seen this coming. There's so many service providers out there, and people were just flowing money into them and trusting them and then not getting the results that they wanted to. There's a lot of conversation happening around this on the internet right now. So, okay, how do we combat this? We need to understand that trust is at an all-time low, and people need to get to know us more than ever before they actually click purchase. So, some of you saw last week, I launched a free coaching membership. I have a paid coaching membership as well. And from a strategic perspective, obviously that free one will hopefully funnel into all my other offers. But the real reason I did it, beyond the fact that I'm really focused on scaling my impact and being able to help more people, is people need to get to know me before they buy. Okay. In this free group, I am also I'm giving myself. People can smell a sales tactic from a mile away. My number one reason for starting it was because I want to have a bigger impact. Obviously, it is also part of a strategy to funnel people to different offers, but that wasn't my main reason for doing it. I am going in there with the best of intentions. I am hosting weekly Q&A calls. I am doing everything I can to help these women get to the level where they can and want to invest in my other offers. So, you all know I talk a lot about freebies. So let's talk about like what is an interesting freebie these days, right? So like people understand they're smelling the sales tactics from a mile away. So again, if you launch a freebie that's like, hey, my 5 tips to a website that converts, like it's just not giving them enough. You have to give them enough that one, they feel like you're giving them so much value that they're like, oh my God, who is this person? And two, you want to give them enough that they're building trust with you. So we're seeing less and less people just going to your website and buying. Okay. I very rarely have random people buy. It happened to me, I would say, way more last year than it has this year. It happened a little bit at the beginning of the year, and now it is not happening at all. Everyone who is buying from me has been in something in my funnel. Okay. Or even bringing people in from cold from ads. I'm finding that it's harder to sell them that way. It's taking longer for people to buy. So, what can you offer them as a freebie, as super low ticket that allows them to get to know you, understand what sets you apart, and trust that you actually can deliver the value that you're promising? So, what is it, right? Like, and this is why I'm a big believer. I tell every founder I work with, I'm a big believer in hosting like Zoom Q&A sessions. So I'm working with a website designer right now. And I was like, can you host, you're a pro at Squarespace. Can you host a free Zoom like happy hour or coffee chat or something where people ask you questions and get to know you and you answer their questions? Um, I have a lawyer I'm working with, and I'm like wondering if she should start a free community where people ask legal questions. Obviously, you don't want to give them everything for free, but what is a thing you can do that allows people to understand you and your value and trust you? Like I said, there are so many people selling things on the internet right now, and half of it's crap. Probably more than half of it. There are a million coaches out there who've never built a darn thing in their whole life. And they're promising big results, which I always say, look, if you want to make money fast, I'm not your gal. But if you want to build a sustainable business that makes money over time and that builds consistent revenue you can depend on, I am your gal, right? So, like, I further hammer home that message in my free things. So, a few examples of other things I've done for free, even before I launched this free community. I did a 3-day money magnet workshop. It was a marketing, like how to pick one marketing channel, how to win, how to think through your freebies and your emails. And I over delivered. Like, I literally acted as if the people had paid $1,000 to be there. And it was 3 days. It was incredible. The amount of trust I likely built, it's really hard to track that, but the amount of trust I likely built is huge because I didn't just get up there and say, hey, like, here's a freebie, and now I'd like for you to sign up for my high ticket. I did pitch my paid membership at the end because, of course, you should be able to pitch your stuff, right? Like, if you're giving stuff away for free, it's totally fine to pitch your stuff. But what you want to remember is to serve before you sell. So we've got to flip the script. Like in 2020 to 2023, people were like, look, just sell, just talk about your sales all the time, push what you're selling, get comfortable selling. And I get that. And I understand that. And I do believe you need to have confidence behind what you're selling. But what I want to add there is you've got to focus on serving your people before you sell them. This is why cold DMs don't work. You're not serving at all. You're just selling them. Even I'm not doing cold DMs to a free community. I'm not cold DMing people saying, join my free community. I'm getting to know them first. And of course, it takes work, but business takes work. Okay. You are going to have to work hard for your clients. It is not 2020 anymore. You are not going to get clients just like that by doing nothing. You just aren't. So you have to put in the effort to build the relationship. And I think this is why I've seen success in my businesses because I am so focused on relationship building above all else. I have a course that I sell. It's inexpensive. It's low ticket, $27 on how to make more money on Instagram with a low following. And I've gotten such great feedback on it. But let me tell you what the core piece of that course is. Treat your followers like, or treat everyone on Instagram like they're a potential client, like they're a human being. The more that you focus on building relationships with people, the more that you will sell. The more that you serve over selling, the more the money will come. This is why I say now, that's not just why, but I'm focused on impact over income. And that's because I truly believe we're in a day and age where you have to set yourself apart. And I hope I set myself apart by giving everything to everyone that comes in my world. We can talk later on how you still have to have boundaries. But how can we give away part of our program for free and leave people wanting more? How can we do things that are higher touch, like a free coaching hour on Zoom? I've done that, and those people actually converted really well because they loved me. It was like, I think I had 19 people show up, and I think I had 4 of the people sign up for Co-Founders Lab, which is one of my signature programs. Like, what can we do to get people in proximity with you, give them a taste of what they need, and allow them to build trust with you? So I want you to think about your sales cycle a little bit differently. How do we really warm these people up before we actually sell to them? How do we warm them up and let them know how awesome we are, the value we can provide? Maybe we get them a quick win. I'll tell you, in my free community, my goal is to get them making money because a lot of the founders in there are not making money right now. Then in my paid membership, we're like, how do we make more money? but they're probably not investing with me until they've made money. So how do I get them that quick win? And I will tell you, I will be super honest, a lot of the coaches that I work with don't agree with this methodology. They believe you should charge, they believe you shouldn't give stuff away for free. And I just think that the world has changed. And I believe that if you focus on serving over sales or serving before sales, you will be on the cutting edge of this new wave of business. So think about that today. And I would love for you to leave me any questions in the comments. You can also join my free community. It'll be listed there, where I host weekly Q&A calls. You can ask any questions there. I'm more than happy to chat about this. And in my free community, we will also be talking about like, what does this mean for each specific business? How can you serve overselling? There is a totally new wave coming, and you can be on the forefront of that if you focus on relationship building, serving people, and building trust. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you all have a wonderful week.